Hello, hello, hello. Test. Hey, can you guys hear my voice, by the way? Let me know in the comments if you can hear me speaking. Just want to make sure my mic's on. So today we're gonna be looking at Coinbase. We're gonna see if they smash earnings or not. I think they are gonna smash earnings because I don't know, they've been doing so well, and it's basically like a cash cow at this point. So I'm just waiting on more people to join. Hello, hello, test, test, test. Can you guys hear me? Test, test. So again, today I'm gonna be looking at Coinbase. So far, so good. This month, they've had like a crazy run up. It's been insane. Hold on, everyone. I'll get into it in a minute. Just setting up still. All right. So as you can see, basically this is my portfolio. I'm just showcasing what I have. So if you've been following me, you know that I got into Coinbase a while ago, and I actually got in at 238. Thought it was a pretty good time to get in. I think I got in back in, shoot, I don't remember. Probably like in August or something. Let's see. Actually, it could have been sooner. I think I got in like around June, July, one of those. But basically, I got in at 238, and I had like really high confidence in this company. I was surprised it dipped so much from IPO. I was like, hey, look, it's down. It's a good time to buy, and especially with the recent Bitcoin and Ethereum, like how they started rallying, I think it was basically inevitable that the Coinbase stock price was gonna shoot back up, and this month has been really good. So it says 38%, but it has just gone up a little bit more. It's not showing exactly from like its bottom from 227. But yeah, so as you can see, my total return's almost 50%. Um, I don't know if it's gonna hit 375 exactly, if it hits 375 or more. But yeah, it's been. I'm actually really surprised it's above 350. I honestly thought it was gonna hit 350 like next year, but it's gone up so fast. If we take a look at some technicals, you can see that basically we're riding above the 70 RSI. So we're definitely on that overbought range. So we should see a pullback. I had 350 as resistance a while ago, but it's looking like it might be support right now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, are you in Coinbase, or are you just watching on the sidelines? And if you're watching the sidelines, why haven't you got in already? Um, my personal price target was around 420, 450, but like later on towards next year, and that was one because I see a lot of growth in this company, and they're basically just like cashing in so much money. It's insane for like a company that just came out. They're basically a cash cow, just making billions every quarter. So I had a price target around 420, 450 because I was looking at their competitors and I was trying to compare Coinbase to its competitors and how much money they make and everything. And so far, I think Coinbase is still undervalued. And not only is it gonna like go around the 400 range, I think personally, one because of its like profits, but also because it's gonna be added to the S&P 500. I think that's inevitable. So if we take a look at their past earnings, so this earnings was profit. Q2 was also profit. It was huge profit, by the way. I feel like Q3, even though in their last earnings they basically said that they expect trading volumes to go down, I feel like it's actually gonna go up. One because Bitcoin and Ethereum have been rallying like crazy this quarter three. So I think even though in their last quarter earnings call they were like, oh yeah, we expect trading volume to go down in Q3. I don't know why they said that, but because they said that, that's why the stock price kind of like plummeted a little bit. It was hitting like that high of 275, 280, and then from there it just started crashing back down. Ever since they had that forecast, but honestly, I think they were basically just um, underestimating themselves or like being more conservative, I guess. Even though I think it's pretty clear that they knew Bitcoin and Ethereum was going to rally towards the end of the year, so trading volume spiked, and I think that's why Coinbase stock price also spiked, not just because of the NFT potential new stream of revenue that they're creating, but also because Bitcoin and Ethereum spiked Q3, and basically this last quarter is just going to keep going. Also, another thing that's good for Coinbase, which I think is another reason why they're gonna basically destroy earnings, is because they added Shiba Inu. Unlike Robinhood, they didn't add Shiba Inu, and Robinhood is basically not taking advantage of all the trading volume that's going on with Shiba Inu. So they're kind of like shooting themselves in the foot for not adding it. But however, Coinbase did add it, and they added it around September 16, mid of September. So given how much trading volume happened between September and now, I think Coinbase is also gonna, make some pretty good profits based off Shiba Inu. Another good thing for Coinbase is that they were actually like around number one downloaded app in Apple Store, I think App Store. It surpassed Instagram and TikTok, so that's pretty good, especially Coinbase, because I feel like a lot of the Shiba Inu people, they basically went towards Coinbase. They were like, hey, like this is not in Robinhood. I can set up on Coinbase, and then that's basically what happened. So I feel like Shiba Inu, the Bitcoin rally, the end of the year rally, the NFT hype, I feel like all that is contributing to the hype that's going on with the stock price right now. So this past month has been really, really well. So as you can see, like basically this past month for me, like I was down like 6,000 or something, and then basically like doubled my portfolio. I'm also playing around with Square and PayPal options. I feel like it's a good time to kind of buy the dip situation. So I got in PayPal, where I chose a long expiration, January 2021. So kind of like 2 months expiration. So hopefully those start to rise. But anyways, let's try to see what's going on with Coinbase. Let's see if there's any recent news, because I really think they're gonna basically like do really well on their earnings. So let's see if we take a look at the last earnings. Here, let me pull it up. So if I look at Coinbase earnings, all right. So if I bring this up in here, so basically this is just showing their last earnings, and then obviously the earnings is scheduled after hours. But take a look at this. So their last earnings, the revenue was 2.23 billion. That's insane. The net income was 1.61. So they're showing net profit margins above 70%. and obviously they have a lot of cash in hand. And another thing that they said it in their last earnings, what basically every earnings they're gonna be, I think it was around 10%. That's what they said, like 10% of their cash they're gonna be buying crypto with, not only Bitcoin, but I think a variety of cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on. So yeah, so not only are they gonna go up in earnings, I believe, um, after today, but also because of their Bitcoin holdings and stuff like that. That's going to show in this quarter in the financials. So, and it seems like the price is actually going up a little bit right now. So it looks like the price is, yeah, the price is at 355. So we are having a little bit of a surge comeback. We dropped around 340, 346, 345, and now we're rising back up a little bit. So this is a little bit of like anticipation for earnings, I believe. So on my time, I think it's 15 minutes before the earnings pops out, and we'll see what happens. So on the option side, I did see a lot of options come in for Coinbase. So let me pull that up as well. So let's take a look at some options, because I think I was seeing a lot of options for the $400 range. So let me open that up. Actually, hold on. Let me open it up in a second. So let me go to coin. All right. So as you can see here, this is basically what's been going on in the option world, and there's actually even some dark pool data going in. So if we digest this, basically there's a lot more bullish calls that came in. So as you can see, and they're all actually pretty close expiration. So 11/19, 11/12, 12, yeah, all within like one, actually a lot for this week, some that expire next week, and then some that expire like in 2 or 3 weeks. So it's all pretty close expirations. But as you can see, whoa, this one came in at 500, this one came in at 390, this one was 270, but this one's like super in the money because the premium they paid was 1.8 million. And then there's a lot of 400s. So there's a lot of bets going in that this is going to be around 400 range within relatively soon. So let's see if this actually pulls up above, from 355 to 400. That would be interesting to see. But again, we are like above on the RSI, so we are definitely playing around in that overbought range. So we'll see what happens. So what we expect to see is basically it would be great to see if the revenue increases from the last quarter, their net income increases, basically an increase across the board. That will justify the stock price. And if we compare this to, let's say, let's look at PayPal, for example. So a good comparison is looking at PayPal and looking at Square, because those are kind of very similar into the current company. So PayPal had 6.24 billion. Their net income was 1.18 billion. Actually, I think this was, I don't know if this was Q3 exactly. I think this was Q2. We're looking at Q2 right here. But even though if you're comparing Q2 PayPal to Q2 Coinbase, the revenue was 6.24, net income was 1.18. As you can see, Coinbase basically beat PayPal last quarter in terms of net income. And even in terms of net profit margin. So another good comparison would be taking a look at Square. So you can compare Coinbase to Square. So let's take a look at Square. So Square 3.84, and I think Square, its market cap is basically like double like what Coinbase is, or almost double around there. So as you can see, revenue is 3.84 billion. Their net income was really low actually. This is actually looking at their most recent earnings. So if we look at their last earnings, it was 4.6, and this is 3.84. Wow. So Square actually did somewhat bad on their earnings. They actually went down. So they've actually been kind of going down since March. So March was 5.0, and then revenue was 4.6 on June, and then now it's 3.84. So it's looking kind of bad for Square. But yeah, let's see how Coinbase plays out. I honestly think they're gonna do better than last quarter because of the trading volume that has happened this past couple months. Bitcoin and Ethereum has been surging like crazy. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. We have about 12 minutes left before we actually see exactly like the actual earnings. Take a look back at the price. And so right now it's barely sitting just above, yeah, 354. It's just barely in green. So right now everyone's just waiting. I think some profit takers already took some of the profit in the morning. That's why it dipped from 67 to 47. So it looks like profit taking has already taken place. And right now everyone's just kind of like waiting until um, after market to see the earnings of what's going on. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually like start coming back down because we've surged so much so fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some profit taking. Maybe come back to the 320 level or the 300 level. That wouldn't be surprising. But if earnings is really good, we could see a rise to 375 to 400 range. I honestly don't think it's going to pass 400. I think 400, like if we do search or start rallying in the after hours, I think 400 would be the resistance. It would actually be very interesting to see if we pass 400. So anyways, as you can see, basically we're still just waiting limbo right now. There isn't any current news that I see. Let's see. So Robinhood says Coinbase global earnings perspective, return on capital employed. Kathy Wood sheds 27 million in Coinbase as stock soars. Yep. So anytime or Kathy does anything like touching Coinbase, touching Palantir, or touching Tesla, there's always like media attention to it. All right, so we're still waiting. About like 10 more minutes left, 10 to 15 more minutes left. I think that's when we should see the earnings. So it says here earnings. Where's the earnings? Hmm. Yeah, it just says available today after hours. Let me try to find some more recent news if I can find anything. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think it's gonna smash earnings? Do you think it's gonna cause a tank? Or what are you guys doing exactly? So I'm trying to pull up some recent news. Let's see. All right, so here's an article from Seeking Alpha not too long ago. Take a look at what they say. So this was actually reported yesterday, and summary: Coin reported strong Q2 results. They did, and then the stock price actually tanked slightly after. Coin stock price has been on a tear in recent weeks, which is true. So let's see. They discuss what to look for in Q3. Yeah, so it says number one, SEC regulatory update. So basically, right now, yeah, the whole entire crypto industry is basically like they're all kind of just waiting to see like what type of regulatory or regulations come out for the crypto industry. And I feel like in terms of compliance, I feel like Coinbase is definitely up there in terms of compliance and being complicit with the or just following the regulations of the SEC and so forth. There's some other exchanges like Binance or Kraken, which I don't feel too comfortable with. I feel more comfortable with Coinbase, putting my money in Coinbase, and compared to the others. So we are hoping to see more SEC or from the SEC more regulatory updates. That way, Coinbase can maybe potentially start doing his lending program. But as for now, they've basically been shut down by the regulatory agencies. So number two says more clarity on Coinbase One. I actually do not know what Coinbase One is, but it says here, while the launch of Coinbase Lend has been indefinitely suspended, Coin is now working on implement a new product called Coinbase One to increase customer loyalty and improve its pricing power. The company recently began testing this as a subscription service that provides zero-fee crypto trading and prioritized phone support. Oh, that's pretty cool. So basically, like if you want more like better customer support, if you want to do more trading, possibly you can have less fees. You just have to sign a subscription. So someone like Robinhood, where they have their Robinhood Gold membership, basically pay $5 a month, but then you have access to like margin and other features. So maybe Coinbase One, you'll be able to get better features and then less fees. Like with Coinbase Pro, it's already less fees. So I mean, Coinbase One, I wonder how much more or how much less the fees will be. So it says here that this product will be helpful in helping to build a moat around Coin's leading position in the crypto exchange market. And it says, hopefully provide a foundation to build upon for Coin to transform itself into the Amazon of crypto. Yeah, so I definitely believe Coinbase has the potential to be the Amazon of crypto, but I feel like it's more of like the PayPal of crypto as of right now. So, or like the Robinhood of crypto, whatever you want to call it. So, as of right now, if you're kind of barely getting into crypto, but you don't know what to start off with, I think Coinbase is kind of like the go to, especially because they were one of the first to list Shiba Inu. So, there's a lot of Shiba Inu crypto fans and a lot of people who just started trading crypto in general started with Shiba Inu, much like they started with Dogecoin, but this is like a new form of breed, no pun intended. But basically, because Coinbase has Shiba Inu, I feel like that's kind of like the go-to right now. So they're definitely getting more exposure to customers. Okay, so this is basically just talking about diversifying their business as a whole. So basically getting possibly more different acquisitions, setting up different potential streams of revenue, and so on. So it says here, let's see, what else do they say? Do they say anything else? No, they don't say any price targets or anything. They basically, I think what we need to look out for if you're looking into like what's going to happen for earnings, I think one of the things we have to look out for is obviously revenue, net income. Look at the customer growth. That would be a really key thing. I feel like the customer growth is going to increase due to like the Shiba Inu listing. So if those three targets are met, like with if they surpass those targets from last quarter, I think we're gonna see a nice rally in the after hours. So it looks about like 4 more minutes, and then we're gonna start seeing some hype come into play. All right, so it looks like we're getting really close. I think maybe another 3 to 5 minutes, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited. I want to see what's gonna happen. Honestly, I would be really surprised for this to drop under 300 for whatever reason. But on the other side, I would be really surprised if this surges past 375 because it's already surged so much. Like I know this is undervalued, but it's surged so much lately that I would be surprised if it keeps surging. You know. Oh, there we go. Look, it's starting to surge a little bit. It's at 357. 357, still surging a little bit. It's starting to pick up a little bit. Um, let's see. I'm trying to find any. So on the sideline, I'm gonna try looking to see if they come out with earnings. So I'm trying to figure out like if it's come out yet. Still hasn't come out. But the stock price is starting to surge a little bit. Maybe some early traders coming in anticipation of a rally. It's at 357 right now. Come on, let's hope for 360. At least 360. Or 370 would be nice. 370 to 375 would be nice. But honestly, I don't know if it's gonna search more than that. So we take a look at the options. Let me do a quick refresh and let's see if there's anything new. Yep, I'm definitely bullish on earnings. I was bullish since like the 230s, but so we took a look at options. There hasn't been anything new lately, but it's definitely more option purchases on the call side. It's more bullish. We do still see like a lot of 400s that have came in and early of the day. The last bullish call that came in was 5:15, about 30 minutes ago or so. Then there was one bearish put that came in for 280 strike. And keep in mind, these are all like within 1 to 3 weeks out, so that's all pretty. It's all relatively early. So let's see what's gonna happen. So is it gonna dip and then start rallying after, or is it gonna rally and then dip, or is it just gonna be flat? I don't know. Maybe you can take half profits. Nah, I don't want to take any profits right now. I feel like it's too early to take profits. So this would be the third quarter of having a profitable quarter. After you have 4 consecutive profitable quarters and you meet some other criteria, you'll most likely be added to the S&P 500. And given that this is such a profitable company, it has a pretty high market cap. I feel like it's gonna be added to S&P 500 probably in Q1 of or at the end of Q1 of fiscal year 2022. So I'm looking for that time frame to be around 420, 450. All right, so right now it's still not doing anything. Just waiting to see what's gonna happen. In the meantime, I'm looking on the side to see if there's any news, like if they beat the earnings or if they didn't beat the earnings. Oh dang, so it's starting to tank a little bit. It's going to 350, 348. Let's see how much. 345. Oh, it just tanked. It's gonna keep tanking. Let's see. 343. So keep in mind that Kathy did actually start trimming some of her position, but that's mainly because once one of her stocks gets too big, like it starts surging too much, she has to start trimming some of them because she has to keep a certain weight percentage. Yeah, I could have sold a call. I actually did. I did sell some covered calls, but then I thought about it and I'm like, well, I would only be making a certain amount. Like let's say it does surge past 375 or three whatever, then I'm only gonna be making like an extra 200, 300, maybe $500, and that's not really worth it to sell this early because I'm already at 10,000 profit. So if I'm gonna sell this early, like might as well just wait the full year because I've already kept this for like more than like 4 months, I believe, 4 to 5 months. So might as well just wait till the whole year, and then sell because that way I don't have to like pay that much taxes. Yeah, yeah. Definitely could have sold a 400 call though, just in case. But then look, so much volatility in the after hours. So down 6% in the after hours. It's going down. So let's see. I want to know what the earnings is exactly. Like, let's see. Like I'm pretty sure that they beat the earnings, but I just want to know exactly how much, you know, down or up they beat it. So I still don't see the earnings out, but it's just a lot of action going on. It's in the 330 range now. Huh, I wonder if this is gonna be like one of those where like it just dips in the beginning and then it starts surging again. Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, basically in the beginning I was saying like I would be really surprised if this dips under 300, and then on the other side I would be really surprised if this passes 375. So if anything, it might just play around like you know 330 to 360 range, like within that range it might just play around there. But yep, it's 335 right now. It definitely went down a lot in the after hours. Let's see, let's try to see what the earnings is. Let me do a quick refresh. Still going down, 328, 329. It's actually like if it keeps this range, it might actually be a good time to buy the dip. No, I mean I still don't see it reported on Robinhood. Do a quick refresh here. Yeah, I'm doing like some Google search. I still don't see it come out. So typically, if the earnings hasn't come out yet, normally we see right after hours is people taking profits, and then if they beat the earnings, then they come back, or people start buying back in. So we'll see what happens. Now it's 325, damn, down 9% in after hours. Yeah, like I said, I don't suspect it to go down under 300. That would be interesting if it goes down under 300. Yeah, I did. Like again, I did sell some covered calls, but then I was like, you know what? Maybe just best to close them out. I don't want to like play around with covered calls right now because I do ultimately still want to keep my shares at least until like the next Q1, because I feel like by that time they should be added to the S&P 500 around that time. So I feel like it might be like another Tesla situation where once you get added to S&P 500, especially given your market cap, it'll definitely cause the stock price to rise in price. So I feel like, you know, this time next year at least, it should be around the 420, 450 range. But damn, yeah, it's tanking a lot. It's down 10%, 38. Let's see if it dips all the way down 300. That'll be really interesting to see. It's going down. It's going down. So let's see. In the meantime, I'm trying to pull up like what their actual earnings is. I still don't see it. Hmm. This actually might be a good time to buy some calls after the whole after today and like after IV crush happens. It might be a good time to start buying some calls. I still don't see where the earnings is though. I'm trying to look it up. I'm trying to see like what their actual numbers were, financials and everything. Doesn't look like it's fully reported yet. Like I wonder if this dip is just like a pre-dip before the earnings. Like the earnings probably hasn't come out yet. All right, so I think I found the earnings now. I'm not sure how you know true this is. But it's pretty funny to see. So it says Coinbase Q3 21 earnings revenue 1.31. This is actually surprising. This is really surprising. Revenue 1.31, PS 1.61, monthly transacting users. Actually, this got went up. Trading volume is actually more than expected. So I think, well, I'm actually really surprised that the revenue is 1.31. That's really surprising because if we look at their past earnings in the last quarter, it was 2.23. So really, really, really surprising if these are the numbers. Huh. Oh, so you're using Coinbase for Cardano. Interesting. Oh, there you go. That's basically what the earnings is. It's looking like it's starting to stabilize. We'll see if it keeps dipping underneath 300. Honestly, I don't think it's going to dip underneath 300. It might actually come back tomorrow. But all in all, thanks for watching.